Lesson 5 is going to be on order of operations, and it's the first part of this type of problem. Now, the first thing we want to look at is how we're going to subtract when we have more than two numbers. If we have more than two numbers, we're always going to want to work from left to right, just like we read a book. So we're going to look at 18 minus 6 minus 3 in that order. So 18 minus 6, well, 18 minus 6, that has to be equal to 12, and 12 minus 3 has to be equal to 9. Okay, and we've got our right answer. 18 minus 6 minus 3 is equal to 9. Now look at problem B. Problem B says 18 minus 6 minus 3. When we look at a problem like this and we see parentheses, we always want to do everything within the parentheses first. Okay, the parentheses always tell us what to do in the beginning. It tells us the order of operations. So 6 minus 3, that's 3. We're going to put it in parentheses, and we're going to say 18 minus 3. Now, 18 minus 3, that's equal to 15. Notice we have a different answer, okay? Or our difference is different. Because if we do the 6 minus 3 first, rather than doing 18 minus 6, then minus 3, we get a 15 for problem B rather than a 9 for our difference for problem A. Make sure you do everything within parentheses first, because that's the correct order of operations. Now let's divide. You've got 18 divided by 6 divided by 3. Again, there's no parentheses here, so we want to work from left to right. If we work from left to right, first thing is going to be 18 divided by 6. 18 divided by 6, break 18 into 6 equal parts, we get 3. And then we have 3 divided by 3, because we're working from left to right, so we must get an answer of 1. Now the next one is 18 divided by 6 divided by 3. We've got parentheses, so we have to do this part first. We always do everything in parentheses first. 6 divided by 3, that's 2. And then we have 18 divided by 2. 18 divided by 2, 18 cut in half, that must be equal to 9. Again, notice we have a different answer. When you have those parentheses, it's gonna potentially change what your final answer or your quotient in these division problems will be. Make sure you use the correct order of operations. Now in this lesson, we've got a key vocabulary phrase, the associative property. And the associative property works with both addition and multiplication. And we're going to use some numbers. The associative property will always be associated with parentheses. So we've got 2 plus 3 plus 4. And in this example, we're going to show how the associative property works with those parentheses. We know 2 plus 3 would be 5, plus 4 would be 9, so this whole side is 9. This would all be equal to 2 plus 3 plus 4. So what we're saying is that 3 plus 4, that's 7, plus 2 is 9. So this is true, because 9 is equal to 9. The associative property works with addition because it doesn't matter which numbers we associate with each other that we put in parentheses, we're going to get the same answer. Now the associative property also works for multiplication. If we were to say we had 2 times 3 times 4, 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 4 is going to be equal to 24. That would be equal to, we could put it in any order, let's put it in the order 2 times 3 times 4. We're changing what's in parentheses. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. So that's true. The associative property works with both addition and multiplication only. Alright, now let's go ahead and let's look at another problem. We're going to simplify here. We've got 5 plus 7 divided by 1 plus 2. Now when we have a problem like this, it looks like a fraction, we need to simplify everything in the numerator on top first, and then everything in the denominator second. If we have to simplify in the end, we will. So 5 plus 7 is 12, and 1 plus 2 is going to give us 3. And we know 12 over 3 is the same exact thing as 12 divided by 3, and 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. So 12 over 3, just because it looks like a fraction, doesn't make any difference. It's still equal to 4, and we've got our final answer. We want to make sure we simplify or reduce when possible. Our lesson practice will be on page 24. Make sure you got all your notes copied down, and I will see you during your next class period.